Nowadays, I mean, this Silver Point coming in pre-petition and paying par for the senior secured revolving loans and enabling the debtors to have all this leverage against you in negotiation, and making it so you couldn't dictate your terms. Nowadays, is that something that would ever happen?
Yeah, look, we all know what's going on in the marketplace right now, and it's going to be unlikely that you'll face the same issues of someone else coming in to do the dip and try to give the debtor more leverage here, but you will still face the same issue with debtors about how are you going to deal with the admin costs. I mean, you knew the numbers that we just talked about for the debt, of being secured. Their investment, had roughly 120 million, and the admin costs turned out to be almost in excess of $20 million of new money, and that part of the issue will still be there, although it won't be through in my view, in the near term, through a mechanism of someone else supplying the dip.
Now, a lot of judges will just say to you, you know what, you want to have a Chapter 11 case, secured lender, so that you can take over your assets free and clear of liens, secured lender, that guess what, you've got to pay for it. Judge Walsh didn't say that in this case. Was that because at that point there was a dip and it was funded to a budget and it looked like administrative expenses would be paid?
I would think I would think that's probably true, Joe. The judge saw that we were wrapping up the case. We had an appropriate APA that was going to take care of the administrative expenses. It certainly was an arm's length negotiation between the debtor and the secured lender as to what those budgets were going to be. But at the end of the day, it allowed for 503b9 claims to be paid and other claims that I no longer can remember to be paid. From our perspective, it accomplished one of our goals, which was to make sure that all the administrative claimants were going to be taken care of. I would like to double back on one of the downsides of the litigation process. It was fast-tracked, etc., but it did take a terrible toll on the company, because it was at the very time where you should be thinking about how this company is going to emerge a stronger, better company. All we were concerned about was, the litigation and what should have happened, in my view, is that once all of the depositions had been taken, and it should have been clear to the unsecured creditors committee that there really wasn't anything there, but it didn't stop, and as a result, we were very, very reluctant to, as I think Jose alluded to provide any information or have any conversations with who was going to end up to be the new owner. So the amount of sort of transitionary planning that you would normally have happen just didn't occur. And I think that's really one of the downsides of this case.